Hi there, my name's Rich. I'm the author of The Incredible Salesman and Secret Sauce. Thank you for taking a look at my video. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for visiting. Just to kind of give you a heads up, I don't usually go ahead and do any kind of editing, things like that, so it falls where it may. But at the same time, I also like to get right to the point. My videos are quick and short, and hopefully give you some gold nuggets on this. Quick background on me, and for those of you who've seen the other videos, if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. But I've been in sales my entire life. I mean, I even sold rubber bands door to door when I was a kid. Used to knock on people's doors, say, "You'd like to buy some rubber bands?" And they'd say, "No, I've already got some." And I'd go, "Great. Well, you happen to have some extra rubber bands. Take those and then sell them to possibly the next house I called on." So again, this is just things I've been doing my whole life, not still selling rubber bands, but recently I was with another company where we sold software products. The quota that I had was about $1 million, and I ended up bringing 130 million. So I'm not saying that so much as to be impressive or anything like that, but basically to let you know that I've got some gold nuggets I picked up through the years. Those that work, I continue using those, improving those. Those that don't or change, at the same time, I find new approaches for different accounts. In fact, and if you take a look at my previous videos, even my emails, I'll adjust those. I'll send 100 emails out to clients. If those work, great. If not, then I might change the wording around until I find the right one. So this video that I have out now, number 15, this is kind of like a summary of all my other videos. So if you've already got a real good handle on those, then definitely please, feel free to skip to the next one. I do have something new that I've added to this, number 4, the forecast spreadsheet. So I'll kind of go through that real quick at the end of the video. And again, I try to get my videos out every Monday. The other thing I was doing with some of mine is try to do some inspirational things at the end of the video, but instead I thought I'd try a joke this time. Okay, here we go. And like I said, this is off the cuff. If you like the joke, please let me know. If you hate the joke, please let me know as well. All right, 2 cannibals are eating this clown. One cannibal turns to the other cannibal and says, "Does this taste funny to you?" Okay, like I said, it might be my warped sense of humor. I thought it was funny, but hey, I just wanted to throw it out there. So my mind was drifting, so that's where it went. May the chips fall where they may. Okay, so basically, this is a recap of my previous videos, and let's just jump right into this. So right here, I have contacts. In fact, see, I told you I don't do any kind of editing on this stuff beforehand or during. So let me just change the word to contacts on this end. All right, so now this is my contact spreadsheet that I had, and I've shown this in previous videos, number 7. And what this basically is, it's a kind of like a recap, if you would, of all the contacts I'm currently working with, potential high-end prospects. Now, you could still use a CRM system or a Salesforce. I love Salesforce. I've worked with that in the past. But this just kind of give you a real quick snapshot rather than going through lots of different reports. And from this, I can see who the company is, who the contact is, email, contact information, and you pick this up from my previous ones. The other thing too is that when I send an email out, I can either send one out directly to this guy here, Rick, and email directly to him, say, "Dear Rick, blah, blah, blah." Or I can also send a bulk email out, and I just copy paste these 3 emails, and again, this is in the video, into one bulk that just says, "Hi, these are the type of features that we have. Is this something you might be interested in taking a look at?" And so from that, you can either do single email or group email. The other thing I've also done is, and again, sorry if you heard all this, I'm repeating myself, but I'll send an email to Paul, to Sue, and to Rick, all the individuals in the company that I can find, unless there's a gatekeeper or someone that's trying to keep the systems from being changed. But I'll usually send to everybody, because you never know when Rick might reach out to Sue and say, "Hey, I just got an email from Rich. Would you mind following up with him?" Or Sue might say, "Hey, Rick, I just got an email from Rich. That's interesting. Let's follow up on it." The other thing too is by staying in touch with a regular basis without being like a stalker, maybe even like once a month or once every 2 weeks. You have to use your own thoughts on that, what works best for you. But reach out to them once a month. When you call them up, at least it's more of a warm call than a cold call. So they'll have some idea as to why you're calling. They might say, "Oh yeah, Rich, yeah, I know you're calling about XYZ company." The other thing too, where I just wanted to kind of go through this real quick, that kind of gives you a visual presentation of who you called, who you haven't. Now, if you've got, let's say, 1,000 emails or contact informations here, I might just go ahead and as I send out the emails to people and see, I had last time I sent 716 intro emails, so let's say it's 816, and I send out another email. By the way, sorry if you hear the clicking noises on this. Just kind of working through this, right now, live time on this. But you can see this is an 816 email, so now I know I've sent out to these guys twice. But the whole idea here is that if you have a yellow, and I just coded it in yellow, and let's say I reached out to Ben Bernanke. Yes, he's now working for XYZ Corp as VP of Finance, and I might reach out to this guy also, let's say on 816. I send a quick email. You can take a look at this, whether you have 1,000 or 100 or 10 or whatever, where you can say, okay, I've reached out to these guys, but look, I haven't reached out to Joe yet at UPS. Now, there might be different reasons for that, but again, it gives you a graphical, real quick look as to the companies you have to call out. Okay, so that's basically it for the contacts. Now, let's go to the next one. This is on video number 12, and these are the on-hold accounts. All right, so these accounts have said, yeah, we might be interested someday. We're on hold right now, and we're already aware of who you are. Now, the reason I have these on a separate list is this contacts are people that might be fresh, you've never contacted before. These might be people that you've talked to in the past, and they know who you are. They might even have proposals in front of them, and they say, call us back in 30 days. Again, it's the same thing. You could reach out to whoever and just say, hi, I'm just following up to see if anything's changed, if we can be of help to you at this time. And I might just leave a quick voicemail, I might even do a quick email. But again, it gives you a snapshot of, that's the word I was looking for, snapshot of the different accounts that might be on a holding pattern. Okay, so with the same concept, I rolled this into my onboarding as well. And everybody out there, I might have a different word for this, and I'm sure, again, it gets back to if a lot of people out there have already seen this before, you might already be aware of this. Or if you're new to the sales, this might be a new approach for you. Again, hopefully I'm just able to provide some gold nuggets for you. And again, these are all gold nuggets that I've listed in my book here, but just kind of recap and give you more of a visual on that. So the whole idea behind onboarding, these are accounts that have already been sold. You've already turned it into your implementation team. We call them onboarding managers sometimes, but they haven't gone live yet. So from this information, I'm keeping track of who the onboarding manager is, who the person is in your own company responsible for turning these guys live or providing the services completed. The status I have here is email launch status. I might have reached out to the onboarding managers when the agreements are finalized, when the launch date is, the amount, and actually this should probably be, let's say $1 million, and definitely you want to have this more than a phone number. And then from that, what the next notes are, follow up on the onboarding manager. See, I told you I don't do editing on this stuff. So, hopefully you'll bear with me on this. Let me just go through here, update these guys real quick. And again, these could be all different numbers. But I think you get the idea on that. So from this point, what I'll do is I'll reach out instead to these accounts, because I've already been talking to them. I may reach out to the onboarding manager and go, hey, Bob Smith, how are these accounts coming along? And I'll copy all 3 of these accounts into an email form. And you'll see that it's MindBody, Everflex, and Jackal Lane. Now, I've seen the tendencies of onboarding managers, and if you're an onboarding manager, please don't take offense to this. It's just what I've seen. So I'll say to them, hey, do you need any help with these accounts? And what I've seen in the past, sometimes the onboarding managers get really, really busy. They'll reach out to the MindBody account, but they haven't heard back from them, and they'll just let it lay as is, and then these accounts just kind of sit out there. Well, this might jog their memory, and Bob might say, oh, no, you know what? I've reached out to MindBody. Can you find out what's going on with the guys? They haven't gotten back to me. And so from that point, I'll reach out to MindBody and say, hey, just want to know how everything's coming along. I understand our onboarding manager tried to reach you. Is there anything I can do of assistance? So I'm not trying to be so much as impeding the opportunity there or to butt in, but basically just to kind of keep the flow going, keep the communications going as well. And I'll do that for all these accounts. I'll send one to Al Rosner and ask him about the accounts that we have working together, and Joe Wall on his different accounts that he has. And I follow these up. And I usually don't send these out more than once a month, for these particular onboarding managers, because they have a tendency to get a little testy if you do more than that. So you don't want to bother them too much. You know what, as long as I'm here, let me just kick in some numbers here and just kind of take care of that. So, all right, and let's say 300,000. And again, with the same visual approach, I might go ahead here and just highlight those guys as well. And again, I do this once a month. Rosner might come back and again, or Wallen might say, hey, the accounts are all okay. And I'll make a quick note of that, to say, here, everything's fine, it's up to date on that. But again, it just keeps track of those particular accounts. Okay, let's jump into number 14, live accounts. All right, same kind of concept here, but instead of you reaching out to the onboarding managers, now you're reaching out to the individual contacts. Now, these are accounts, normally they go live and they turn them over to an internal account manager that handles all the customer service issues. I might reach out to Joe Barney once a month, and I'll do these on a personal level. I won't do these on bulk. And say, hey, Joe, this is Rich. How's everything going along? Anything I can help you with? And this also gives the opportunity to, keep your name relevant with them. They might say, oh, well, everything's fine, or we've got issues. And again, then you can follow back up with the account manager. Again, I usually only do this about once a month, or you might have some new applications that you might want to do some upselling to, or some new features or a new division within the company that has it. Now, when I was with Amazon, I was in the web store group, but then I also sold fulfillment for Amazon, as well as the advertising for the different groups, things like that. So I might reach out to them and say, hey, how's everything going? Do you need some advertising? Do you need some help with onboarding? So again, it's a perfect opportunity for you to do some upselling and to keep track of these guys. The other thing too is you never know if any of these guys might change where they're working. And now Joe Barney's gone over to another company. Again, that gives you opportunity to follow them up with a new company. So there's some upsell opportunities or brand new opportunities for sales on that. So that's basically the whole idea behind live accounts. And again, as you reach out to these guys and you keep track of the different dates, boom, you might just want to highlight those. I do, and I get a visual from that. All right, so that's basically all I wanted to go through in the summary. The last thing I want to give you to is a forecast on this. Now, I do this also on a monthly basis. And again, I have all the CRM packages, the Salesforce packages, things like that, prospect tracking. But this puts in my mind the most important things I need to do throughout the day. And again, before I send emails out, phone calls, anything else in the morning, I'll look at this actually once a day and say, okay, these are the accounts that should be closing this month. Is there anything I should be doing on any of these accounts to help move it along? My notes here might be to finalize agreements, or it might be legal review, it might be demo to confirm capabilities. But again, I want to look at these every day, so it keeps it in front of me. And again, I put these as a priority. The other thing that's really cool about this is that if you ever have meetings with your executives in the company and they're looking for a snapshot, you've got this information that you can pull up, read over, or right away you don't have to say, oh geez, I forgot to call UPS rate. No, you're looking at these on a daily basis. And I found out that a lot of people don't do this. And sometimes they just give that, deer in the headlights looks to the executives when they ask them about particular accounts. In fact, this was so useful on a lot of the accounts, along with these other spreadsheets that I put together, that they've asked me and other companies I've worked for to take my concepts, these spreadsheets I put together, and work with other individuals in the company. And again, not that I'm pushing Salesforce, and I'm not paid endorsement or anything like that from Salesforce, but all this information that I've done has been tracked within Salesforce or a CRM package for that matter. And I'll pull bits and pieces out what are most relevant in the most of these packages. So again, that is basically it for this video. I try to have new videos out every Monday. My next video, number 16, this is kind of like how you can take these same concepts and turn it into tracking for job opportunities in case you're looking for that next step or that next business opportunity out there. So again, thank you so much. Have a safe week. And any other questions or comments, or even if you want to give me a thumbs up, it would be always greatly appreciated. Or if there are other things that you'd like to see in some of my videos in the future, please leave a note in the comments below. And I'll also put links in there for the previous videos. Again, Thank you so much, and see you next week. Take care.